Hello everyone, I'm Brandon Gaylor with So Happy to Gaylor, and I got a really good deal on 10 fruit trees here. I got each one of these trees for $5, 50 bucks for all these trees. I'll show y'all what they are, and I guess the reason they got rid of them was it's late in the season. It's kind of late to be planting them. It's May now. Today's May 8th, I think. So it's getting past our time of planting trees, but I'm going to get at least one of them in the ground this evening before it starts storming. Maybe 2 or 3, hopefully. So we have Methily Plum, originally $25. Moonglow Pear, Kefir Pear, Rome Beauty Apple. This is what I'm going to plant first. That way I'm going to put it close to our apple trees we already have. Bartlett Pear, Kefir Pear, what is this one? Kefir Pear, and the last one, Kefir Pear. So most of them are Kefir Pears. There's one apple and one plum. So I've got 4 apple trees right now. So we're gonna plant it closest to those within 100 feet. And I don't have any plums, so we'll have to get another plum tree, I guess, in the fall. But all the pears, we have 2 pear trees already, so those will pollinate with each other, and then all these, 8 of these, there's plenty of those to pollinate, so. So all I've done here is dig a hole and just kind of get the grass off of maybe a foot distance around the hole, just to put some of our compost down and then some wood chips on top of that. Our compost may help the tree some. I don't know, hopefully it will. There's the roots of the tree. I guess we'll put some of this back in there to fill it up. Looks like I could have dug my hole a little smaller. Nope, timber. You can tell I'm definitely no professional at planting trees. Alright, so there's a good thick layer of compost around the tree. You don't want to bury the tree stem too deep or it can get root rot, I guess mainly with wood chips. But we're going to put us a layer of wood chips over this. Hopefully that'll suppress some weeds. So there's the first apple tree planted. Got all the wood chips spread around it. Made a nice little donut shape. Just funneled out in the middle, that way there's not a big pile of wood chips around the base. Hopefully it won't get root rot or anything like that. So I think we're gonna plant our next one on up here, one of the pear trees. And this line here, this measuring tape, is 100 feet from our apple trees over there. So we're well within that 100 feet to pollinate. I ended up getting 4 of our trees planted. This first one is the apple, the Rome Beauty apple. You can see the other ones behind me. Those are all pears. And I've been trying to hurry because within the next hour and all night long, we've got some very strong storms coming in, possible tornadoes. Tornado storms and hail. So this next one is a kefir pear. Got it planted. You can see down there how I did it. That's how I did all of them. Now I spaced them about 20 foot apart. This one is a moon glow pear. So that one's a little different kind of pear. This last one I did was a kefir pear as well. There's the last one. That is just dug a hole, dug the grass around the hole, took it out, and added some of our compost and wood chips on top of that. So we've got a line going through the field here, and I don't know that much about grass and field stuff. I feel like our grass looks pretty good. Like someday we could have some pretty good animals on this. I don't know anything about it, but just from looking at it, to me, if I was an animal, I think I'd want to eat this. Here's just one little patch. You can see all kinds of different grasses, and there's a piece of plastic. There's like a purse or a wallet. Huh. No money in there. That's weird. I've mowed and walked through this land several times and never found that. Anyways, but just looking at our grasses and stuff, it seems like it'd be good for animals. Let me give you all a quick walk around of our property again. Show you the garden, how it's going. There's the trees back behind me. And I figured I'll just keep continuing out that way behind me with the trees, the other 6 of them. So here's all of our strawberries, some of them at least. So here's our new strawberries. There's some weeds also mixed in. Right here they get pretty thick. And me, Beverly, and Jackson just came out here and picked some of our new strawberries. Here's where they get really thick. So that's the edge of our garden right here. Hopefully some days all them strawberries will take over all the weeds. Down there you can see our blueberry bushes. This tallest plant, there's some berries on it, so we should get some blueberries for the first time this year. This part of our garden we still have all covered up. This is oregano, I believe. It's doing good. This is sage. It's already going to seed. This is all weeds. There's a kitty cat. This is peas. They're not doing that great. Right here's our bed we planted, or we made a couple weeks ago. There's nothing planted here. In this section, we've got some carrots coming up and a few more weeds. There's a good view of the carrots. And then right here is our best thing coming up. That's onions. We planted them as bulbs. They're looking pretty good. So that's about all the garden we've got done so far this year, is just the strawberries, blueberries, those couple herbs, the kitty cat, onions and carrots. Beverly has a few more starts going too. Around back here behind our barn was where I got the compost from. You can see right here, this is all about 2 or 3 years worth of composted wood chips. There's another kitty cat. There's my other trees right there, the other 6. Hopefully I can get them planted this week as well. There's our chickens behind me. We got about 15 or so chickens now, 2 roosters. Let me show you all this area that's just been cut, all the new growth that's happening on there. So this is all new growth happening on this freshly cut property. A lot of ferny looking plants. So all this stuff we need to keep mowed down. I don't want it growing tall again. That'll defeat the purpose of doing all this. I'll have to get it mowed down, like keep it mowed down, and hopefully turn it into pasture. Here's all the swampy area. We've had a lot of rain lately, so this is, after a lot of rain, how swampy it is. Here's our brush pile behind me here that he cleaned up while doing this job. I've been learning about silvopasture, and oh gosh, you basically build up a pile of sticks like this and put soil and compost and stuff on top of it, and you can make a garden out of it, out of a big hill of logs and sticks. So I'm wondering if we could use some of this to our advantage and maybe push it over into the swampy area, and it will hold some of the water, and we can actually use it for growing food. If anybody knows about silvopasture in the comments, please enlighten us. I'm always trying to learn new things about permaculture and gardening and livestock and grass and everything else. It's like these trees. It's called silvopasture. Planting trees in your pasture. I don't know the ins and outs of it much. Just a little bit of it. I don't know if I'm doing it right or wrong or whatever, but I'm planting trees in our future pasture, so I guess that's the goal. I need to research it a little more, but hopefully what I'm doing with these trees is good for pasture. Back in here behind the house by the creek, I need to weed eat this out some, but we have a ton of pawpaws growing in here, all these plants. I've always heard of pawpaws, and I didn't really know what they looked like or anything. But in one of our videos last year, we got a comment saying that we had a bunch of pawpaws back here. And I looked them up, and this is them. So I'll probably weed eat around them, maybe thin some down, and try to keep some of them, and maybe replant them later somewhere better, or keep them here somewhat and trim out some of these low-hanging branches. I like to keep our creek area a little open, way more open than this. So I don't want a ton of pawpaws growing back here, but it'd be nice to have some. There's the hoarder house over there. My pile over there, junk pile, is growing. I need to burn it fairly soon. Here's our strawberries from when we first got moved in here. This is the first ones we planted. Beverly may have picked these already. I know she said she was going to come look. There's a white one there. There's a white one. There's a wood chip pile there. We've got some raspberries up here. This is all the raspberries we have right now. Just this, I think this was 3 plants. Now it's just down to 2 maybe. We got a few off of it last year, but not a big yield or anything. Apple trees, pear trees, a nuge pear, apples, another pear. So right here in this ditch, we got a lot of water drainage from the other side of the road. It all drains here and goes down our yard, kind of underground, and pops out back in our property into the creek. So I'm thinking, after learning about hugelkultur, filling this up full of logs so it will soak the water up, and making a hugelkultur mound right here, garden. Let me know if you know anything about that and if that will work, or if it's gonna stop up all the road and cause a big drainage issue here. But it should be a ton of water that can be all sucked up in the logs and everything and grow food with. These bunch of trees right here, it's an old stump right here where I planted these new trees. That is a sweet gum, I believe is what my phone says. Using apples, like take a picture kind of deal. This is a holly, I think it's called. And these are another sweet gum. But in the midst of all this, my phone says this is a maple tree. So if this is a maple tree, I've always wanted maple tree and try to get syrup from it. You can tell these look different. Same kind of shape, but they have different looks. This is more jaggedy and everything too, so. My phone going by Apple says sweet gum and that says maple. Somebody in the comments knows for sure, let me know. Because if it is, I'm chopping all these down except for the maple tree. But in this video, I'm gonna go inside before all the nasty weather comes in. You can tell it's kind of looking stormy now. I was doing a junk removal job earlier today in Lansing, Tennessee with my truck and trailer back there. And I got a warning on my phone as a tornado warning. So I've already been in tornado area this morning. I don't want to be in it tonight. Hopefully we don't have nothing hit us here in Oakdale, Tennessee, but you never know. Last month we had one hit about 35 minutes away in Sunbright, Tennessee, so that's pretty close. Anyways, thanks for watching, and check back next time, see what else we're doing here on the homestead, and hopefully I can get the rest of these trees planted. See y'all next time. Jesus loves you. Bye.